We got some sailgaters out in Husky Harbor on this Friday night. Plenty of boats on the water, as well as paddleboarders and kayakers, with it being 75 degrees and sunny in Seattle tonight. No score yet between Washington and USC. Both these teams vying for stronger seeding in the Pac-12 tournament. And the Huskies had a chance to strike in the first after Cam Clayton led off with a double, but he'd be stranded at third. Johnny Tincher will get it started in the second for them, and he ropes this one to the left field corner. It could be another leadoff double for Washington as Tincher strides into second. And Jason Kelly, Washington's first-year head coach, said they want to get Johnny going again. He's been in a little bit of a rut, and perhaps this is precisely the spark that he needs at the plate. Double number 11 of the season for the Husky catcher. That brings up Michael Snyder. Snyder blasts this one to the left field corner, but foul. And Snyder is another player who I talked with Jason Kelly about this morning. And he said they've been working on his timing, the way he loads up at the plate. Billy Boyer, their hitting coach, has been in the cages with Michael, really focusing on that aspect of his approach at the plate. And Kelly said that they want him to nail down that timing because when he does get it right, they know he can hit the ball as far as anyone on this team. And we saw that a couple of times last weekend against Stanford. He hit 2 home runs against the Cardinal down in the farm, each good for at least 3 runs. He had 1 grand slam. Now with 6 homers for this season. 1-2 from Stromsborg. Tyler Shirley looking to replicate what he did last inning, where he gave up the double but then set down 3 in a row with a pair of strikeouts. One, two. Hit hard, past a diving Jackson into left center. Around third goes Tincher, and Washington draws first blood. An RBI single from Michael Snyder, and the Dogs go up 1-0. And Snyder hitting that one right on the screws. Now one of the 2 left-handed hitters in the batting order for Washington, Jeter Ibarra. First pitch on the low and outside corner. Even with a right-handed pitcher starting for USC, Washington mostly relying on right-handed bats, with the exceptions of Ibarra and Morales. And Jason Kelly has said that based on the numbers, his righties hit particularly well against right-handed pitching. So they're not too concerned about the fact that their lineup is littered with right-handers, even when you're facing a strong right-handed pitcher like Stromsborg. Ibarra batting .306, start number 18 of the year for him. And this one skips off the chest of Grudzelanek. He'll have to go to first and get the sure out there. Snyder moves up to second base on the play. Well, Washington making solid contact, and with Grudzalanek moving to his left, not able to make a clean play off what looked like a nasty hop. And thus USC only gets one out there and not the lead runner. Iva Arquette takes a first pitch fastball for a strike. Arquette is making just the second start of his UW career, and it's only his 5th appearance. As a freshman from Hawaii, he had a lingering injury in the winter, and shortly before the season started, they decided to go in there, clean it up, and make sure it wouldn't be an issue all season long. Jason Kelly said that for Arquette, it was more of an issue when he was playing basketball than it has been in baseball. But they wanted to get him back to full health, and finally, he's ready to compete again. 1-2 brings a swing and a miss. Arquette can't handle the breaking pitch from Stromsborg, and there are 2 away. And that's nasty stuff from Stromsborg for his 3rd strikeout. Here's Sam DiCarlo. With Arquette starting and DiCarlo bringing up the end of the order, Washington finally has 2 freshmen in their starting lineup, something they haven't really done all season. 0-1. Curveball that misses inside. DiCarlo's been there at second base basically all season long, though. This is start number 33 for him. And Washington on their 36th game. Tapped foul. And out the gates, DiCarlo impressed. Came up clutch in several spots for Washington, including a walk-off solo homer back on March 11th against Utah. The first walk-off homer of his baseball career on any level. 1-2. Breaking ball outside. And still a chance here for DiCarlo to add to Washington's lead. 1 run already in this inning. Tincher led off with a double and then scored on the Michael Snyder single. Poked into shallow left field. Around third goes Snyder, and USC will have no chance of getting him. Snyder doubles the Washington lead. The Huskies take a 2-0 advantage. DiCarlo drives him in on this little looper into left center. A nice piece of hitting from the freshman. Back to the top of the order with Cam Clayton. First pitch fastball low and outside. The Huskies have been so strong in the first couple innings this year. They're now outscoring their opposition 74-31 in the first 2 innings. Clayton popped up behind home plate. Clift gives it a peek, but it lands atop the press box. Clayton 1 for 1 with a double that he pounded to the right center field fence. Now behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. That double for Cam extended his hitting streak to 11 games now. He'll leave that one high and outside. Clayton, a sophomore from Lake Oswego, Oregon. Ranked as a top 20 shortstop in the country by D1 Baseball in their midseason rankings. And that one snaps low and outside, full count. And Clayton will already be draft eligible after this season. Jason Kelly and company certainly hoping that'll stick around a little longer. 3-2, way outside. So that's the first walk issued by Stromsborg tonight. Now with a couple of runners aboard, Will Simpson will get a chance in the second. First a conference though for USC. As mentioned earlier, led by first-year head coach Andy Stankiewicz. Joined the program after 11 seasons at Grand Canyon, in which he won 5 regular season WAC titles and was named Conference Coach of the Year 4 times. The pitching coach is Seth Etherton. And he makes the quick visit there to talk with Stromsborg and get him dialed back in for this matchup with Will Simpson. Will struck out his first time up. Fastball at 88 miles per hour for a strike. Simpson said earlier this season that Washington's out to prove people wrong. And he chases there. He said he thinks that they can play with anybody in the country, and you look at what they did a week ago against Stanford, taking the Cardinal to 16 innings on Friday, then crushing them on Saturday 9-0. Washington has proven they can play with anyone. 0-2. Simpson lays off this time. Will also said earlier this year that he wants to get his chase percentage down. He doesn't want swings like we saw 2 pitches ago. 1-2. Good eye again. The junior from Sammamish in the east suburbs of Seattle. And said he wants to strive to square that ball up as much as possible. He said he's not the fastest guy, so he wants to get into scoring position right away with doubles, triples, or just knock it out of the ballpark. And the count runs full. And just like Cam Clayton, Simpson vaulted up the rankings from D1 Baseball in their midseason report. He was slotted as the 22nd best first baseman in the country. 3-2, runners go, and it's low and outside. They'll be loaded up for A.J. Guerrero. Back-to-back walks issued by Stromsborg. He had walked just 18 batters in 61 innings before today. And now he has to face Guerrero with the bases juiced. Tapper up the third base line, charging his Olmsted, and he'll let it trickle foul. So DeCarlo back to third after he had the RBI single earlier this frame. Guerrero will retrieve his lumber. AJ, a sophomore from Fife, Washington, just east of Tacoma, went to Fife High School. Said he wanted to play here at UW because it's close to home. It's where he always wanted to play. He was great last year, a freshman All-American, as recognized by Collegiate Baseball. Check swing, and it's foul ticked. No balls and 2 strikes. AJ last year was second on the team in doubles, home runs, RBI, and runs scored. And this year his production has been outstanding again. Exactly why he's batting in the 3 spot. Behind, no balls, 2 strikes here with the bases loaded. Breaking ball, he sits on it and fouls it away. And this year what Guerrero has done so well is discipline at the plate. He's 5th in the conference in walks with 28 of them. He's reached base safely in 15 straight games. Another 0-2. Hanging breaking ball, looped down the right field line. In comes Gabrielson, and he makes the catch. So Washington plates a pair in the second, but Stromsborg is able to bear down and strand 3 runners. On to the third we go. Washington 2, USC nothing. Cheap seats still available out on Mount Rainier on a night like this. Not a cloud in the sky. And a light breeze blowing out to Lake Washington. As we enter the 3rd inning, the Huskies with a 2-run lead. And Stu Flesland returning to the mound. He's faced the minimum so far, but he did give up a hit last inning before picking off Johnny Olmstead. Swing and a miss from Luca DiPaolo as he's back at the plate. He saw several pitches last inning before Flesland picked off Olmstead. This is just the 3rd start for DiPaolo, his 7th appearance. 3 for 8 at the plate this year. He lays off a fastball, count even. DiPaolo at 6 foot, 215 pounds, also played football in high school. As a lineman, middle linebacker, and running back. And Flesland goes off speed to get him swinging. He gets DiPaolo twisted there on the first down. Here's Ethan Hedges. Hedges, another freshman. First baseman from Fountain Valley, California. Attended Mater Dei High School in Santa Ana, where he was the team captain. And he lifts this one to right field. Will Simpson settles and hauls in the second out. Two away, and we'll see the 9-hitter Ryan Jackson. He squares the bunt and pulls back with the pitch inside. Jackson, a junior out of Brentwood, California. Played a couple of seasons at Nevada and was second team All Mountain West Conference before joining USC. He batted .344 with 9 doubles and 2 homers at Nevada last year. Sends this one to the right field corner and foul. Jackson, like AJ Guerrero, has a really strong eye at the plate. 8th in the Pac-12 in walks. Behind 1 and 2 here, though. And he's able to fend off an inside fastball. to stay alive at 1-2. That fastball from Fleslin usually sitting in the low 90s. And there's another heater at 90 miles per hour, but it misses inside. Two. Low and outside. Fleslin goes fastball, changeup, slider, and curveball. He's confident he can execute all of them for strikes. And that one's bounced through the hole on the left side. So the second hit of the ball game for USC comes with 2 down in the third. And the top of the order will get to bat before the end of this frame. And that means Austin Overn is going to get some hacks. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to second. He's really been the star offensively for USC this year, leading the nation in triples. He has 12 three-baggers this year, which is a new USC single-season record. He's also top 7 in the Pac-12 in hits, runs scored, and stolen bases. But he'll ground another one to second base. DeCarlo sidewinds over to first, and the inning is over. One more hit for the Trojans, but that's it. They're still kept off the scoreboard, and Washington leads 2-0 here in Seattle. Washington sends Sam Boyle out to the mound here in the 7th with a mop, hoping he'll clean up. A pretty messy situation. 2 men on, nobody out. Huskies up by just a run. And this true freshman now faces 5-hitter Connor Clift, who's 1 for 3 with a single. He squares to bunt, drops it down the third baseline. Snyder charges, has to throw on the run, and it's on target to Ibarra to get the first out on the sacrifice. Wells moves up to third. Olmstead advances to second. And the go-ahead run in scoring position for the Trojans. Cole Gabrielson to bat now. 1 for 3 with a single, just like Clift. First pitch fastball from Boyle outside. (1-0). Also a little off the plate. Boyle comes in with a 4.5 ERA in 24 innings pitched this year. He's taken on a remarkable role for a true freshman. Grooves that one in there. And Sam's particularly key for Washington because they don't have a lot of lefties in the pen. They need a lefty who can get righties out. But as a first year, he's never been a bullpen pitcher before. He's been learning this role throughout the season. 3-1 is inside, and the bases are loaded. And it's Luca DiPaolo stepping to the plate. Only his 7th game of the season and his 3rd start of the year. Today he's 2 for 3. For the season, he's 5 for 11. 1 ball, 1 strike. DiPaolo homered in the 5-run 5th for USC that propelled them to a 7-4 advantage. They've seen that lead evaporate since. And that was A grand slam attempt there from DePaulo. A ball and 2 strikes. Good pitch from Boyle. Wanting DePaulo to chase. Two. Runs a little inside. And Boyle can't miss this time. Three-two. Fouled away. Both teams have scored in every inning since the 3rd. And it's the first time all season that Washington has scored in 5 straight innings. 3-2 again. Called strike 3. Boyle paints the inside corner, and there are 2 down. A humongous punch out for the freshman. Ethan Hedges at the plate now. And he lines that one fair down the line and right. 1 run is in. The second one on the way for USC. A 3rd coming home. Here's the relay. Safe at the plate. Gabrielson crosses. And the Trojans are in front again at 11-9. A 3-run triple from Ethan Hedges. And USC reclaims the lead. The carousel gets put back to work here for the Trojans, and Hedges clears the base paths. But our umpires want to talk this one over. And there's your signal for the review. Seeing it live, I thought it was fair. It was right at the feet of first base umpire A.J. Lastaglio. And he really hesitated to make a call. Let's watch. And that thing went shooting down the first base line, and you see Lastaglio with his hand behind his head. Yeah, fair. All right, it's fair. And this is one where if they get the right shot, it should be a pretty easy call. Let's see. Fair ball. So it is a triple for Hedges. His 3rd triple of the year. And USC adds another triple to that column. They came into this series leading the nation in 3-baggers with 24 of them. Here's Ryan Jackson. First pitch from Boyle called for a strike. So Wells, Olmstead, and Gabrielson all score on that shot into the corner. And now this pitch gets away from Tincher. Hedges will run home. And USC once again has their largest lead of the night at 3. And that one zipped toward the feet of Jackson. And easy for Hedges to scamper to the plate. DiCarlo vacuums this one up, throws to first, and the Trojans are done in the 7th. They had a 5-run 5th, now a 4-run 7th. A couple of mammoth innings for USC, and they lead 12-9 as we stretch in Seattle.